Tornadoes kill about 100 people each year and cause hundreds of millions of dollars in damage. While their power is devastating, some people find them incredibly fascinating and have dedicated their lives to studying the storms.
They're called tornado chasers, and meteorologist Tim Hedrick recently spent a few days with them. And tonight he begins a series of reports on the people who are obsessed with Mother Nature's fury. Tim?
Thanks, Rob. The world of meteorology does not completely understand tornadoes. We estimate wind speeds according to the damage done. And we still don't know the source of rotation for this violent storm. To understand more about twisters, we need to catch them with videotape and with portable Doppler radar. Men and women attempt to do this each spring and summer, and to catch them, I traveled southwest to where the land is flat as a pancake and oil wells grow out of the red clay to dot the countryside. It's off to the University of Oklahoma in Norman, about 20 miles south of Oklahoma City. You probably best know the University of Oklahoma for its powerful football team. There's another dedicated team here, a team of tornado chasers. It might be hard for some of you to imagine, but there are men and women who have a passion for, no, who are obsessed by tornadoes and chasing them. My first encounter was not with one or two chasers, but with a dozen at a local restaurant in Norman. It didn't take long to sense this obsession to get close to nature's most violent storm.
We'll go out and we say, we want to go out, we want to see these things. I mean, they're spectacular, you know, a little bit sublime and very coherent and well-structured storms. And I guess they're attractive looking to a lot of people.
It's real exciting being so close. You just want to get as close as you can to these things.
Your heart starts racing. I mean, you see this just monstrous thing in front of you, and especially if it's, say, in the later part of the day where the sun is totally shining on it and it has a lot of vertical extent, and you're in awe. I mean, it's pretty incredible.
It's just incredible to see nature's power like that.
And it's nature's power this group wants to better understand. Most are involved with researching tornadic storms at OU.
In fact, a lot of knowledge has been gained by going out and seeing with trained eyes what is going on exactly just before a tornado forms, and then during a tornado, and then when a tornado dies.
Affordable home video cameras provide many of these chasers with valuable documentation.
Look at that. There she hit something. Look at that. Yeah.
So success is often based on good pictures.
Most people feel a backlit tornado is the best way to do that. Backlit means the tornado appears dark with light behind it, as opposed to frontlit, where the tornado may appear white with dark behind it. A backlit tornado is good to see because you can see the debris swirling under it a lot easier.
But as this 1981 chase video shows, not all tornadoes are easily seen. Some are shrouded in rain and hail.
Slow it down. This would be where we drive right into the tornado, so be very, very careful. Rapid circulation, right overhead. Slow down, Neil. Stop. Rapid circulation. About one half. Debris! Debris! Tornado! Passing right in front of us. Oh, my
God. Keep an eye on your screen. The tornado passes quickly from left to right, right in front of the chase vehicle.
I got it on video. I'm tracking it on video.
Is there a competitive spirit among tornado chasers?
Oh, no, absolutely not. We all like to have our own storm. I like to, as I've said before, I like to make the plan, I like to make the forecast, I like to plan the route, and we'd like to be there all by ourselves.
Only a handful of these students are funded by the National Science Foundation. The rest are independent chasers. They chase just to better understand tornadoes. Tomorrow night, I'll take you through day 2 in Norman, Oklahoma. A severe weather situation presented itself, and videographer Grant Light and I went along on a chase in search of a tornado. And one of the guys you'll meet tomorrow night is a guy named Dr. Howard Bluestein, the guru of all tornado chasers throughout the entire world. This is an interesting bunch.
These guys are like the evil Knievels of the weather world, is that right?
It's crazy looking stuff,
They really get a thrill out of getting up close to tornadoes, but they are all meteorologists and understand the structure of a storm quite well.
Has anybody ever gotten hurt watching the tornado?
One person from the University of Oklahoma or from the National Severe Storms Laboratory has died. That was not in search of a tornado. that was coming home after seeing one, driving through heavy rains and through terrible conditions.
Yeah.
Often the most dangerous part of a chase is coming home after you've been on the road for 10 or 12 hours in the terrible weather conditions.
It's incredible pictures. We never see anything. We certainly have our share of tornadoes, but never see pictures like this around here.
Right, and I have more pictures tomorrow night from the National Severe Storms Laboratory, some of which have never been seen here, so tune in.
Okay.
I think we'll be here. Sounds
right.
good.
Thanks, Tim.
Was under a severe thunderstorm watch early this evening, but we escaped the heavy storms.
Now, the threat is a constant reminder of the potential for tornadoes in our area. It's a serious subject, one which meteorologist Tim Hedrick has been studying.
Spent a few days with the people who study tornadoes by chasing them. And he even got the chance to chase himself. Here's Tim Hedrick with part 2 of his series.
Rob, the first good phase of any good tornado chase is to pinpoint an area of tornadic thunderstorm development. On my second day in Norman, Oklahoma, I found myself in the University of Oklahoma meteorology map room at 9 o'clock in the morning, trying to do just that with experienced tornado chasers.
I mean, 50 up at 850, that's fairly good, juicy air. And
It's heating up around here, so that's, I mean, you can tell where the one front's going to set up. So you know it's going to, that dry line is already setting up from Lubbock down to East and Midland or so.
the moisture may come together just at the last second this afternoon, maybe somewhere out in here.
Imagine, if you will, the football stadium as the field of play for a tornado. Now pick a seat and pick a time that the tornado will form. It's a big place to look, and in only one seat, the tornado will occur.
And if the warm advection is going to beat the moisture advection, then
These chasers are hoping that the atmosphere has the ingredients for big afternoon thunderstorms. They like to see heat, moisture, vertical wind shear, and a triggering mechanism like a warm or a cold front. Stir the atmosphere up enough and it makes for good chase weather.
I would say that tonight at 7 o'clock, we would like to be somewhere south or southeast of Childress, or west or southwest of Wichita Falls.
This is Dr. Howard Bluestein. He's the guru, the leader of tornado chasers at the University of Oklahoma. He's been chasing for 15 years. Howard Bluestein is good at being in the right place at the right time.
A good tornado chaser has to be a combination of someone who has enthusiasm, someone who knows a lot about the weather. A good chaser has to be able to recognize visual cues from the clouds.
Failing to recognize those clues from the sky can turn a chaser into a chasee. Two newsmen from KSNW in Wichita recently displayed to the world the situation tornado chasers painstakingly try to avoid.
Get up under the girders. Is that where we want to go? Yes. It sounded like a freight train. It just passed right on top of us. People very upset.
3 hours have passed in the map room, and as the noon hour hits, chase teams begin to make final destination decisions.
Somewhere between Abilene and
Some want to leave quicker than others.
I don't claim to know any more than anybody else, but at this point I'm seeing it is a long ways away, and I feel like in the next hour my idea of where I want to go won't change. So then I might as well go now, and that way I'll get there earlier.
South and west of Wichita.
South and west of Wichita Falls. Okay.
Probably more west.
Good luck to you.
Thanks. Good luck to you, too.
Chase teams leave the university like bees leave the hive in search of pollen. In all, 4 teams will chase. 3 are freelance. We'll follow the official chase team funded by the National Science Foundation. They carry a one-of-a-kind portable Doppler radar. And by recording data in the field, they hope to build a comprehensive, 3-dimensional picture of nature's most violent storm. Heading southwest towards Wichita Falls in Texas, the land is flat. You can see for miles, which makes seeing tornadoes ideal. Eerie thoughts began to run through my head as we entered Texas. Even though I'm a meteorologist, I had never seen a tornado. A mistake by myself or the chasers could be dangerous, if not deadly. Ah! Sorry about that. Just a little chase humor. After 150 miles of driving, we arrived in Holiday, Texas. Dr. Bluestein needed more data, and Holiday did have a phone.
We're in Holiday, Texas. You know where that is, southwest of Wichita Falls. And, you know, we've broken out into the stratocumulus.
6.5 hours after we arrived at the meteorology map room, we find ourselves in northern Texas. A few stratocumulus clouds, but no big thunderstorms. We'll continue this search tomorrow night.
Seems crazy that they would do this, but they do collect some important data.
They also have chase humor.
Yeah, they sure do. Mr. Hedrick shared some of that with us.
When we left Tim Hedrick last night, he and a 5-member crew were out in search of a tornado.
Tim spent 4 days in Oklahoma with a team of tornado chasers. And tonight, in part 3 of his series, he shows us what happened during this daring search. Tim?
Robert, the chase continues tonight. We're still in search of a tornado. After 3 hours of forecasting and 3 hours of driving, we rejoin the chase in Holiday, Texas. Our objective is clear. If thunderstorms form, watch their development and position yourself to record pictures and data to better understand nature's most violent storm.
We're in Holiday, Texas. You know where that is.
Dr. Howard Bluestein has chased tornadoes for 15 years and has made hundreds of calls from tiny towns back to the lab at the University of Oklahoma. The good doctor needs an update on temperatures, dew points, wind information, and satellite data. His team needs a thunderstorm and a good hacky sack coach that likes to travel a lot.
Let's go. Let's go southwest a little bit. There's one hell of a warm front in here. 20 degrees difference between Wichita Falls and Abilene. So let's just get to the edge of where it just clears out. And let's not go any farther. If anything happens, we'll see
it. So it's back on the road. The temperature's gone up about 20 degrees, but there's little evidence of moisture. In Seymour, Texas, 25 miles further southwest, it's time for another phone call. Part of the team is still hopeful.
Well, just wait till 6 o'clock magic. I guess in the past, things would all of a sudden fire at about 6 o'clock.
Unfortunately, the phone call results in good weather or bad news.
There must be one amazing vertical circulation going on right in here.
There's nothing happening.
It's not doing anything. Dew points just aren't high enough. So, I think you're hoping for a miracle.
Ouch! That hurts. Well, I think it's over. We're 200 miles from home. Not a cloud in the sky. The moisture that they thought might make it up into the Wichita Falls area simply never did. But I guess if you don't go out on days like today that are questionable, you'll kick yourself if something does pop. It's a bust. And many chases are busts. This team might see a tornado 1 out of every 7 ventures. 1 week before I arrived, they had one of their best days ever. They came upon huge thunderstorms near Enid, Oklahoma. You can actually see the clouds bubbling higher and higher into the atmosphere. A tornado formed and the chasers positioned themselves out of harm's way. They've calculated the movement of the thunderstorm and the trailing funnel.
You gotta hold the lid up then.
The tornado will be worthless unless the chasers capture pictures with video cameras and obtain wind measurements and range data with a one-of-a-kind portable Doppler radar.
Oh, what a classic.
Oh, wow. Very good signal. We're to the left of the tornado.
Okay, you do it then.
Centered on the tornado.
You want to go to FM anytime soon?
To the right of the tornado, yes.
As the rotation fades into the distance and blends with the dark skies, hopes are high that the tornado was captured by technology.
That was incredible. We hope that it recorded and it's good.
How is this compared with other ones that you've seen in recent times?
Good. I'll give it an 8.
An 8?
An 8.5. It was very close and very intense. And it was perfect for getting radar data.
By amassing many sets of radar data, these meteorologists hope to better understand the wind field of a tornado and its parent thunderstorm. Tomorrow night, you'll meet storm chasers from the National Severe Storms Laboratory, and we'll also talk about when Cincinnati will get Doppler radar. That's all tomorrow night.